Now, how to select the right translator for you. So freelancers and agencies. Since you likely won't speak the target language for your book or languages, this is where you'll want to think about selecting the right translator. And I'll first explain the difference between freelancers and agencies. A freelancer, as I kind of alluded to earlier, tends to work solo, which means that they handle all translation and proofreading without the involvement of a second translator. And I say tends to work solo because some do actually hire a colleague to proofread their work. And they'll, of course, build that into the pricing. So the pricing might end up being similar to what an agency would charge, maybe not quite as high. But be sure you ask the freelancer if they have a third party second translator proofread their work. In the case of an agency, each project would be assigned 2 translators in most cases, one to translate and the other to proofread the work of the translator. And there's often a third professional, as I mentioned, who oversees the team, kind of a project manager, and they review the final translation to ensure it's complete and the original formatting has been maintained. This team approach is usually only offered by an agency and ensures the highest quality outcomes since there are 2 or 3 different people involved. But as you can see from the chart here, freelancer is going to cost you less, but you may have a little, there may be less quality because you've only got one person working on it. But it's going to be less costly. There will be more time required on your part to manage the project and make sure they're, on time and that the quality is to your liking. But again, you won't have a proofreader quite likely, so less quality versus the agency will cost a little bit more, but you're going to have the higher quality and probably less work to actually oversee the project. So when you're ready to start looking for a translator for your book, here are a few tips. First, research the translator or agency's website, their LinkedIn profile, and other social media, and look for evidence of happy customers. And you can look for testimonials, comments on posts, because that's the best, like we do for any product we're looking for online. We want to see the reviews, right? We want to see what did other people think about this product or service. Then create a short list and interview 2 or 3 or more translators or agencies with the goal of finding one that you feel you can trust. So you want to look for proven credentials, such as their years of experience in translation, the types of clients they serve, the process they follow, and evidence of happy customers. And sometimes you just need to follow your gut. You know when you meet someone, even virtually, if there's a connection and a certain level of trust. And again, in that in that initial conversation when you interview, get a sense of whether or not they are open to questions and feedback, and they'll ask questions, and that they're really communicative. You want that open communication. Then request an estimate for the cost and time required to complete your translation. And the detail with which they prepare the estimate or proposal will be potentially an indication of their eye to detail for translation. If you receive an estimate, it's got typos all over it, and it's really poorly formatted, and it just seems like they just wrote on the back of a napkin, that might be an indication that maybe they're not going to, have an eye to detail for the translation of your book.